Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of videos of people talking about their mortgage payments going up. At the end of the day, you broke, I'm broke, your mama broke, and the celebrities is broke. Everybody is fucking broke.
I just want to rant for a second. So I got a $3 raise. So now I make more than 3 times the federal minimum wage, right? I make $25 an hour. Minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. Now, with that said, since I make $25 an hour and I work 40 plus hours a week, that means that 30% of my gross income is about $1,200 a month. That should be how much I can afford in rent. So I tried to put together like a little budget for myself to see how I can make it to where, because that's my gross income, 30% of my gross income. That's before taxes. My fucking income after taxes is literally $2,800 a month. Okay. So apparently I can afford $1,200 a month rent, not including utilities. Off $2,800 a month. Okay, cool. So I put all my bills together. I did $1,200 a month for rent, even though, guess what? You're not going to find a single place for $1,200 a month in my area. You won't even find a studio for that much. Like, people are renting out like rooms in their homes where you share a bathroom with them for over $1,000 a month. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, $1,200 a month for rent, right? I have a $320 a month phone bill because I've got several people on my line. And then I've got $111 a month for car insurance. And then about $500 a month in debt consolidation, like trying to pay off my debts or whatever. And so after everything, before utilities, before internet, before food, before childcare, guess how much money I have left over each month? Before all of those things. Less than $500. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, and childcare is more than $500 a month. So if I do want to live on my own, my options are either be homeless or don't eat. Or I could do the special option that a lot of people in my area do. I could just quit my job and refuse to work and fucking get the bare minimum from the government and just sit on my fat ass all day. Like, I don't understand. Like, if I make more than 3 times the minimum fucking wage, why can I not afford to just survive? Why can't I afford to fucking survive? Like, I can't even... I hate existing. I hate it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Making 3 times the minimum wage and still struggling to survive just sounds like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Minimum wage was dead-ass designed, so that's the minimum amount so you can support your family, you know what I'm saying? That should get you the bare minimum. And you're making 3 times that, and you're still struggling. Make it make sense.
New CNBC affordability survey finds a growing number of Americans say they are living paycheck to paycheck. 63% describe their personal financial situation that way, compared to 59% just a few months earlier. The financial pressure extends well beyond lower income households. In the most recent CNBC poll of more than 2,500 adults in mid-June, nearly 2/3, 64% of those with family incomes between $50,000 and just under $100,000 say they're living paycheck to paycheck. And 41% with 6-figure incomes up to just under $250,000 are feeling that pressure. Meanwhile, 81% of those whose family incomes are less than $50,000 cite the paycheck squeeze. And that's compared to only 12% with incomes of $250,000 or more, underscoring this sharp financial divide between the lowest income and wealthiest Americans. For those with family incomes in the $50,000 to $100,000 range, the survey showed how thin the financial cushion can be. This group ranks credit card debt, car insurance, medical bills highest among causes of financial stress after lack of savings. Nearly 2/3, 63%, say they have less than $500 left over after expenses every month. 4 out of 10 say paycheck arriving just 1 week late would result in a major financial hardship. And 36% say debt has delayed or prevented them from saving for retirement.
I know how bad the economy is, all jokes aside. Come work in the ER and see someone in acute kidney injury, which means your kidneys are literally shut down. They are not working. They've been out in the heat all day outside working for their job, and they come in with kidney failure because they're so dehydrated, passing out, literally 1 foot on the other side of the grave, and they're telling you that they can't be admitted to the hospital because they have to get back to work tomorrow. Have someone that works at a tree service chop off the tip of their finger, tell you to wrap it up, discharge you so they can get back to work tomorrow. This economy is crap. People can't even be sick and stay at home and recover because they're worried about not paying their bills.
So basically, we're all living paycheck to paycheck. We can't even survive. We could barely survive, actually. And it's gotten to the point where you deadass don't want to go to the hospital because you're scared of how expensive it is. That kind of just shows the problem in America with healthcare, you know what I'm saying? Because in other countries like Europe and stuff, I'm pretty sure healthcare is free. So we're over here paying crazy taxes, everything like that, and we still don't have free healthcare. Is that not stupid? Like, people would rather die than spend money on a trip to the ER, you know what I'm saying? Even taking the ambulance to the hospital. That's like that's a real problem, bro, I'm telling you.
We live in a subscription economy hell. And my issue with subscriptions is not that they're all inherently evil, it's that the people who usually offer them tend to be corporations and people who got really greedy. See, the thing is, subscriptions weren't always the way they are now. They used to be a win-win for companies and the consumer. Because the thing is, if you're somebody who frequently uses a product, you know you have to buy it every single month, it was actually cheaper to get a subscription because the manufacturer or the producer, or whoever's selling it, used to offer a huge discount because you're guaranteeing revenue for them. Except, of course, now, inevitably, they've gotten so greedy that the only thing that they offer is perhaps, even if they do offer a discount, it's like a 5% discount that basically does nothing. And if they don't offer a discount, it's because they don't offer any other option. You have to get a subscription. And the thing is, again, some subscriptions are not inherently bad. Like, yeah, actually, I do subscribe to my dog's medication because she has to take it every month. So inevitably, I know I'm going to have to go and buy it. So if I can subscribe to her medication and just have it delivered to my home for an extra fee, you know what? Okay, I will take it. But I don't want to subscribe to my microwave. I don't want to subscribe to my fridge. I don't want to subscribe to my printer. I want to own what I buy. And I want to decide what comes after that. Whether I want to go back to your company because your product is so good that I will continue buying. Or whether I want somebody else to fix it because you guys cost too much.
Feels like everything has gone up this year and I'm getting ripped off. I just dropped my dog off at the groomers and they just text me being like, your dog's having such a great time. By the way, it's going to cost you, instead of $140, it's going to cost you around $250. When I asked them about the price increase, they go, oh, she just has a lot more mats and her weight actually is a bit higher now, so it's going to cost you more money. Well, bruv, you should have told me, like, to do a jump of $100+ is a lot of money, and then tip on top. I was not planning for that. My gym just went up another like $20 and they didn't tell me. That's weird because my membership only costs around $30 a month. Well, no, it's actually $10 extra more a month than I thought it was because it just went up this year. And they forgot to tell me and they said, oh no, we sent out an email, and I went, no, you did. My tax lady this year told me that I owed $1,350, but last year it cost me $700. So please explain the jump. Please let me know. And then this Saturday, I went out with my friend and I was like, we're gonna go out, we're gonna get happy hour, because you know how expensive it is to eat out and get drinks in this economy. Earl's is typically great, you know? And then we get there at like 10 p.m. We're ordering our stuff. And I'm like, wait, where is the happy hour menu? And they go, oh, yeah, we're not doing that because of FIFA. Like, we're not doing happy hour because of FIFA. Because FIFA is in my city. And I just wanted to be like, y'all are trying to scam. Like, everyone is just trying to take my money. I will pay money when it's due. But why do I feel like the world is just ripping me off? Does anyone else feel this way? I'm so tired of it. I'm so done.
Really weird space my husband and I have ran into is the idea that we have the money to spend on doing the things we want to do, but the price of it makes it feel like it's not worth it. Even though we can technically afford to do all kinds of things, whether it's going to sports games, going on trips, it just doesn't feel worth it.
I am so glad you said this because I've been feeling the exact same way. I just didn't have the words to express it. I have so many examples of this to the point that I thought I was getting weird with my vacation money, but no, genuinely, honestly, the vacations just aren't worth the price. I'll give you guys an example. I've been wanting to go see a Baltimore Ravens game for years now because I want to go see Lamar Jackson play live. The only thing is that I don't want to sit in the nosebleed seats, which is low-key my favorite, but that instantly makes the price of 2 tickets $500 plus, really $600 plus. Cool, $600, that's still really expensive, but it's an experience I'm willing to pay for, all right. But what makes it not worth it is what it would cost for me to get there. Trying to buy a plane ticket for 2 people, that's $500. Gotta buy a hotel for my stay, and I want to stay close to the stadium to save on travel costs, but that's another $500. So we are already in $1,600. I still gotta buy food, I still gotta try to entertain myself before and after the game, I still gotta have a little bit of travel costs associated in all this, but all in all, I'm going to be spending about $2,000 to go to a football game. And as much as I love football, $2,000 is an insane amount of money to go to one game. And I think the problem is that I've been to football games before where my all-in cost was $500. That included my ticket, travel, stay, and food. So when I look at that $2,000 now for the exact same experience I paid $500 for before, it just doesn't seem worth it, especially when I can take that $2,000 and go on a week-long cruise out the country. And I have so many examples of this, and for the longest of times, I thought it was just me because I know life is about experiences, but some of these experiences just aren't worth the cost. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
So people can't afford anything, and these companies still want to raise the prices. How does that make any sense? You know what I'm saying? And it's just subscription after subscription after subscription, and they're still raising the prices. Like, you don't need that money, bro. Why are you being greedy? And in a lot of cases, so many different areas of life are so expensive that even like luxury things that you do want to buy, or maybe like a little vacation, it doesn't feel worth it anymore because there's somewhere else that money should go. You know what I'm saying? You don't even get the chance to enjoy life without feeling guilty with how you're spending your money. And that, you know, that's something that doesn't look good for the future. You know what I'm saying?
Everything is unaffordable. Every time you step foot out of your house and go somewhere, it feels like you're literally spending like $150. Gas is through the roof. You're paying more money for gas that isn't lasting you as long. You go into the store, you buy yourself 6 items, and it's like $80. People tell you to budget better, work harder, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, but there's only so much that you can do, and there's not, you know, too many other areas that we can quote-unquote cut back on. It feels like everybody's goal anymore is to make more money to try to save up and get ahead, but since our currency has lost almost all of its value, it almost feels impossible. It feels like even if you are to save yourself a couple $1,000s, it's not really $1,000 the same way that it used to. This economy only works well for the 1%. For the rest of us, it's shit fucking poor. Many of us are out here just hoping and praying to God that we can make it through another week because our paychecks isn't keeping up with the rise in the cost of living anymore.
You know what I hate? Money! Oh my god, dude, everything's so fucking expensive for no goddamn reason. I drive, gas is $58 fucking to fill the tank. I go to the grocery store, I get like 5 days worth of meals, $210. What? How the fuck? It doesn't make any fuck, bro. Listen. I'm in between jobs, so I'm working part-time. I make $1,000 a week, and I have like fucking $3,000 due a month for bills, and that's outside of fucking groceries. That's outside of my phone. That's outside of miscellaneous, like, fuck! And like on top of that, the job market sucks. You can't get a job anywhere. You apply to fucking some bumfuck shitbag job, entry-level position for $60,000 a year, and they'll be like, sorry, we're only actually hiring Michelle Obama specifically for this role. I'll go fuck myself! I don't get it. Everybody, I hear people say all the time, like, man, I'd hate to win the lottery. Everybody who wins the lottery fucking hates their lives. They're fucking, they just don't like it. Shut the fuck up. You know damn well you would not be like, oh man, rats, I won $1.3 million. Why did I even bother putting in a ticket? Shucks, man. Shut the fuck up!
What's up,
America, has anybody noticed that it's very difficult to live here in the United States, and a lot of people seem to be just crashing out and not being able to afford life in America? Has anybody noticed how difficult it's getting to live here? Has anybody noticed how high the prices for food still are? How impossible it is to buy a house now? How difficult it is to afford a new car with the insurance? Same with health insurance. Has anybody noticed that childcare is so expensive that you practically have to stop working to take care of the kid, but if you don't have a dual income, you can't afford life? Has anybody noticed it's nearly impossible to afford a vacation now? And has anybody noticed that 70% of America is living paycheck to paycheck, with approximately 1/3 of America in such abject poverty they can't afford even an emergency bill? 2/3 to 3/4 of Americans say that they're basically living in some form of poverty, unable to pay their bills. You know that 1/3 of Americans simply have stopped paying one or more bills because they can't afford it. They've just checked out and said, fuck you, you're not getting any money. Did you know that approximately 18% of people are defaulted on their credit cards currently? Same with student loans. People are starting to crash out on student loan payments because they can't afford it. They're going into default. Whatever's happening in America right now currently is not it. Corporations are dictating every single thing politically here in the United States. We don't have a choice. Corporations are your politicians now, and they will not be satisfied until 99% of the country has absolutely no money and every dime is consolidated in the top 3,000 wage earners, much like India. So it's getting pretty hairy out there from what I can tell, and prices keep inching up more and more every single day. Spoiler alert, it will never get better here on prices. I actually think it's so bad, I would start looking to live in another cheaper nation if possible. And I'm frankly thinking about going that road myself. Did you know in the year 2001, if you made $50,000 a year, that's the modern equivalent of making $120,000 now. So since 2001, it is more than double to live here. That is a fucked up nation. Almost no place in the world has subjugated their people to that financial hardship. But here in America, it's just normal. But I'm telling you, that's not normal. That's fucked up, and that is unsustainable. This country is not sustainable, except for the highest billionaire fuckfaces.
Yeah, so basically, life is just so damn expensive that living in the United States, one of the best, economic places in the world, is not even worth it anymore because of, how bad it is, you know what I'm saying? You cannot survive. Everything is so expensive, and everybody's so greedy, everybody's so broke, and it's we're just fucked, you know what I'm saying? I'm scared for the future, I'm not gonna lie. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but on to the next video.
So they're saying that this is how much it costs to live comfortably in each state. And they considering a six-figure income now lower middle class. Who would have thought that we really would reach a time where if somebody walked up to you and said they made six figures, you want to put your hand on their shoulder and say, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. You're going to make it. You're going to overcome this. One day, just keep praying and believing and keep working hard. Who would have thought that, y'all? You mean to tell me to live comfortably? Let's just say for an example, you got two married couples. The husband and the wife got to make $200,000. Got to make $100,000 a piece. Household income of $200,000+ to live comfortably in the United States. I believe this. Look at the gas prices now. Just look at the freaking gas prices, man. Everybody out here ain't balling. Everybody out here ain't got it. I just spent almost $70 filling up my tank the other day. $70-something. The average person can't afford to pay that type of gas to fill their tank up. People paying that for cars. That's taking gas taking everything everybody got. What you got left, you can't even fill your tank up all the way. You got to go half. Something got to change, man. I don't know when it's going to change, I don't know how it's going to change. They say prayer changes things. I solely believe that. So it's going to be, it's a whole, if people, we probably doing more prayer now, United States of America, than we ever have on the history of the face of the planet. People are praying now than they ever have in history. I know they are. I know it.
The Speaker of the House said that $175,000 is not enough for Congress members to continue to raise their families on. And if they can't get a raise, they should be able to trade stocks. And this is why I get mad with the Republican supporters and MAGA, because they don't watch the news. They don't know what's going on. They treat it like it's a sporting event. These people are playing in your face. They're telling you that $175,000 is not enough for them to raise their family, but you can manage with $60,000. You can manage with $45,000. And $175,000 is enough to continue to be able to buy generally the things you need. Generally, it's not like it used to be, but it is enough generally, even with the inflation rates as they are. But the Republican politicians, many of them have been in office for way too long, do not remember what $60,000 or $45,000 really feels like, let alone in this current economy. It's insulting. And you have Trump coming out outright saying he does not care about the American financial situation. They're telling you they don't care. But so many MAGA aren't even watching the news. Even if they saw these people say these things with their eyes, they would still somehow say, oh no, that's not real. That's somehow not real. They are telling you they don't care. And they're telling you they are aware that $175,000 does not really equate to much in the modern market. If people don't start paying more attention to what the politicians are outright doing and saying to you, we will never move forward. Y'all gonna put all these people right back in office and act like it's perfectly fine, not paying any mind to the fact that we are almost at a point where the economy can't function. We've hit stagflation. Inflation rates are way too high. Wage growth has been stagnant for too long. Other countries have raised the minimum wage gradually for decades. And we are just keeping the same minimum wage for the last 20 years. It's ridiculous. It's insulting that he would come out and say that and not see the problems and not see Republicans themselves get up in arms about it. Y'all really need to start paying attention. I wish there was a way to get everyone who keeps saying they don't do politics to hear me. We need to put new politicians in office. At this point, I don't care whether it's Republican, Democrat. I don't care. If we could get rid of the whole two-party system, that would be great, because we just need better representation. We need more average people. I need more doctors. I need more teachers. I need more construction workers. I need more military veterans and stuff. I need more regular people, less lawyers, less poli-sci majors who have been rich their whole lives, a lot of them. I need more down to earth. I know what a paycheck is, and I'm in my 40s and running for Congress for the first time. And I've just came fresh off of teaching. I'm in my 40s and I just left out of being a doctor to pursue. I need people like that because they know what it means to grow up on a budget, because a lot of teachers are not making a lot of money. I need construction workers, not the head. And crane operators are fine too, I guess, because they do make a good chunk of money. But I need like the average construction worker. And construction workers make money, but I need like them to come out and be like, I'm just now freshly running for office. I need farmers. I need auto mechanics. I need people who have jobs and pay bills to be in office. And I know like, a lot of y'all gonna be like, those are the people that voted for Trump. They're also the people that work. And some of them have sense. Let them state their platform. And let's just get new faces. Let's redo the whole thing. And I think it would help a lot, because we need to get these current people just out. especially the Republicans that are in your face telling you they could care less. I'm just so tired. Sorry for the rant. Y'all have a good night.
I'm not gonna lie, this most recent TikTok, this just shows like how out of touch the people who are rich are, you know what I'm saying? And the other one that played before it, how it takes like 6 figures isn't even enough. 6 figures, that used to guarantee you a life, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you could work just any job and you could support your whole family because that's what because minimum wage was actually used as minimum wage, minimum amount of money that could support you and your family, you know what I'm saying? If you're working full time, that full time, that means your whole time. So that should be able to support you, you know what I'm saying? That's just my way of thinking. Some people don't think like that. I think I'm smarter than them, but who knows? But Speaker of the House says 175K is what's needed, and the average person is making 60K. Like, hello? Like, it doesn't add up. That's 3 times. You say you got to make 3 times the amount to, like, live sufficiently, when most Americans, they probably make less than that. Because, like, but for me in Cali, like, say you work fast food, it's $20 an hour now, which is hella good compared to like federal minimum wage, $7.25. That's horrid. I'm not gonna lie. I hope that just. I mean, the cost of living is also different. But all right, back to what I was saying. $20 an hour, $20 times 40. That's 800. 800 a week working full time. 800 times 4, 3,200. 3,200. You got to live off that, and rent is like what, like 2K over here. Well, you get like you got like 1,200 to live off of for the whole month. Your car, any repairs, any medical bills, anything like that. It's just like life does not add up. I'm not gonna lie, and it scares me for adulthood. Like for real. Like even though I'm making these videos and stuff, like it's kind of spooky for the future. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna perform because I don't know. But right now I'm very lucky and very fortunate for the situation that I'm in. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.